All right, so this is a video continuing with two-way tables with probability statistics. And so this one, I'm going to go through a little bit quicker. I did a longer explanation video, so I hope you find that before you get into this. Or you can watch this one and say, what? I had no idea what was going on. And then go back and watch it. But I recommend watching the first video, then using this one. All right, so below is an incomplete two-way table for the number of boys and girls that regularly drink water, lemonade, or soda. Complete the table. Okay, well, if I know, let's just worry about this row right here. If I know 45 boys drink water, and I know that the total number of people drink water is 77, I can just subtract 77 minus 45, which gives me 32. Because 45 plus 32 will give me 77. All right, and with soda, okay, let's go ahead and take care of soda. I don't know how many boys. I know how many girls, but I don't have a total. I need at least two of the numbers in a row or a column in order to do the math, so can't do it there. Same thing for lemonade. I only have the boys. I don't have the girls or the total. Okay, but look at the total row down here. So I know I surveyed 239 total students. 102 of them were girls. So how many boys did I do? Well, interview. So I would do 239 minus 102, and that gives me 137. So I surveyed 137 boys. Okay? So now, look at this column. So I know 45 boys drank water, 42 boys drank lemonade, and if I surveyed 137 in total, I could find out how many boys surveyed with soda. So I would do 137 minus 45 minus 42, and that gives me 50. So I know 50 boys drank soda. All right, here again, I know how many girls drank water. I know how many girls drank soda. I don't know for lemonade, but I do know the total. So I only have one missing piece. So let's do 102 minus 32 minus 38, and that gives me 32. Okay, and now that I know all of the boys and girls totals, I can now go back to the rows and add these together. 50 plus 38 is 88. And 42 plus 32 is 74. And if we did our math correctly, this added together, which you already know, will be 239, and this added together will be 239. So I already know that the bottom row equals 239, but what about the last column? Let's check it out. Here we go. 77 plus 88 plus 74 equals 239. There we go. We did it right. All right, let's move on now that we finished the table. Let's go ahead and answer the questions. So what percent of boys that regularly drink water? So the key word here is of boys. So we're not talking about all the students. We're talking about just the boys, meaning just the 137. So that's really key to find and see there. So we're only talking about of boys, meaning just the boys. So 137. So that's our total number of people that we're looking at. Regularly drink water. Well, I see that 45 boys drink water, so I'm going to write 45. So 45 out of 137 of boys drink water. So 45 divided by 137, because that's for a percent, and that equals 0.328, so I'll just make that 0.33, which means that's going to be 33% of boys drink water. Okay? All right. Then it says, what's the probability that you choose a boy that regularly drinks water? If you choose a student at random. So it's not talking about just boys anymore. It's talking about a student. So a student could be a boy or a girl. So for this second question, you actually need the total amount of boys and girls, which is 239. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'll choose a different color here. So boys and girls is 239. So a boy that chooses to drink water, there's 45 of those boys that drink water. So 45 divided by 239 this time. And that's 0.188 or 0.19 or 19%. All right, let's continue. So number 2 says, what's the probability of choosing a girl that regularly drinks water. Again, so it's not saying of the girls, what's the probability? It just says choosing a girl. So we start with the total 239. So 239. And we divide that who drinks water. So there's 32 girls out of the 239 that drink water. So 32 divided by 239 gives me 0.133, or 0.13, which is 13%. So 13% chance that we'll get a girl who drinks water. All right, what fraction of boys, so there's that word again, of boys, drink soda? Okay, so just the boys means we only want the 137. So it said of boys, so that means 137. And then the ones who drink soda is 50. So there's 50 boys who drink soda of the boys. So 50 divided by 137 gives me 0.364, which we'll just say that's 36%. So 36% of boys drink soda, of the boys, okay? So what percentage of the students, okay, so students means boy or girl, so that means we need the 239, okay, so 239. Drink water. So I have 77 total students that drink water, again, because this is what percentage of students, so it's talking about boys and girls together. So that means 77 divided by 239, which gives me 0.322. So we'll just say that's 0.32, or 32% regularly drink water. All right, and then the last question here says, what percentage of students regularly drink lemonade? Okay, so of the students, that means there's 239 students. Okay, so 239. And students drink lemonade, there are 74 who drink lemonade. So 74 divided by 239 gives me 0.309. So if we round up, that's 0.31. That means 31%. All right, so this one had a couple of issues here. So make sure you pay attention to the word of boys, meaning we're only talking about the boys. Make sure you look for that wording, and then as well as filling out that table. You can only have one missing piece in order to fill in the missing part of the table. So make sure you pay attention there. So there you go.